Hi folks, I'm Matt and welcome to My Expanded Universe, a show where I go through the entire EU in chronological order as best I know how. Folks, we're going to keep talking about the Marvel comic books. Are you tired of them? Because I'm not. So we're just going to talk about two issues today, issues 66 and 67, both again written by David Michelinie. And the first one was issue 66, and this was subtitled The Water Bandits. Now, in this issue, Kevin McAllister fends off two burglars that are trying to break into his home while his parents are away. Now in this issue, Kevin comes up with several different contraptions and imaginative traps to catch, murder, or maim the burglars throughout the entire house. These contraptions are so inventive that even MacGyver would open his mouth in awe at them. Obviously that's not the story. No, but it is called the Water Bandits. Basically, Luke is on the run from the Empire, and he makes an emergency landing on the planet Behemoth, where he encounters a bunch of moisture farmers. And so he decides to protect them from the Water Bandits. Ah, there we go. So it makes sense that Luke could do this because I'm sure there were water bandits on Tatooine stealing that precious water. We never really find out why water is so precious. I mean, on desert planets it would be, I can see why. But is it really that big a deal outside of that planet? I mean, it's not like it's a big export, but on the planet I guess it's a big thing. So everyone, is trying to get that water, and so Luke is fending off water bandits. I'm sure he's in his element. He knows what to do. Now, in the next issue, which is issue 67, Chewie and 3PO travel to the depths, the dark and deep depths of the jungle Abra, where they encounter a being called the Darker, who is trying to escape from his prison there, and he's trying to use R2-D2 to get him out. And so Chewie and 3PO, it's basically a Chewbacca and 3PO story. Very interesting. I like how the Marvel comic books didn't just stay on Luke the whole time, or Luke and Leia, even though they do a lot of the time. Every once in a while they threw a bone and let some of the side characters, like unfortunately Lando, who's treated as a side character, he gets his own story, the droids get their own story. Now it's time to give Chewbacca a story. Well, we can't give Chewbacca his own story because he doesn't speak English, so let's give him the droids too so they can talk and interpret whatever he's saying. So of course 3PO can say, you're right, Chewbacca, we should, yada, 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 yada. Really? Because all it sounded like was Chewbacca going, it's terrible, Chewie. I do like how they kind of go into a little bit more of the planet's mythology, what's going on. There's some mysterious stuff there. This is a tradition that Star Wars had for years, actually going back to Yavin 4, when some of Ralph McQuarrie's art had weird stuff going on in the temples, and who were the Manasai and what was in those temples, and of course those little mysteries were explored as well later on. So Abras has the same thing, and they don't let you forget they're there because that's always where the home base is. But it's nice to have a little adventure that's on the planet. It's the Darker is a threat. It's not the Empire. It's something different. So everything about this comic book, even though it was just your average little run-of-the-mill storyline, at least they tried to get away from the Empire and galaxy-shattering conclusions and stuff, or impacts. It's just impacting the planet, or mainly the Rebel base. So for that reason, it is slightly enjoyable, or more enjoyable than the regular run-of-the-mill ones. Anyway, folks, that's all the time I have for now. See you next time with another video.